Hey everyone, Casey Powers, Day Trading Dynamics. I hope your day is going well. I thought I would talk a little bit about some of the trades that we did this morning. Our Winner's Edge Professional Real-Time Trading Group traded PRGO on both the long and short side, NUGT, which is a gold ETF, NEOT, MCUR, EXEL, and the E-mini. PRGO was my main trade, nailing it for just under 6 grand on the short side. This particular stock closed on Friday, April 22nd at 121.35. Today it opened at 106, a significant gap down. The way that I treat these types of stocks, subject to the reason why they're gapping, is to anticipate some degree of retracement. In this case, this particular stock opened here. For those who are not familiar with how to read the candles, on the red candle, the open is here at the top. The sequence of events are as follows. It opened, ran up to 110, sold off to the low of day at 98.81, and closed here at 99.20. So I typically will anticipate some degree of retracement. In this case, you know, if the company's earnings or some aspect of the company has been compromised, then you can anticipate a continued move on the downside. In this case, it closed near the lows. It bounced and closed near the lows. Very little retracement. Going further back in time, you can see that this particular stock had not been at this price point for quite some time, right around October, November of 2013. So it has gone steadily up to as high as $2.15 per share and has come down significantly up until today, where it's gapped down and lost quite a bit of value. So as you see, based on my P&L, the bulk of my cash came from the short side, and I did catch some on the bounce up, but for me, I typically trade the trend as much as I can. That's why we made more on this short side. NUGT is a gold ETF, and as you see, NUGT has a nice big move up that kind of coincides with the way gold has been playing for a time. Small gains on NUGT, the reason being sometimes NUGT has pretty significant intraday range, and as you see today, it had a high of 84 and a low of 79. So for the most part, it played fair. On this day, it had a high of 69 and a low of 52. So by looking at the candle, you can kind of get a sense of customary intraday range. And today, it had a pretty low intraday range, but nonetheless, it was profitable at 500 bucks. And you know, money is money. That's kind of how I see it. So we'll go to MCUR. MCUR, a very cheap stock. This particular stock had run from a low of 112 to a high of $2. As you see, the daily volume was significantly higher than previous days, and no sooner than it hit this price point of $2, it sold off. Going back a little further, you can see that it has had a previous pattern of price action intraday, and has run up significantly in the past as well. We may not have seen the last of this stock, to be frank, but for me, I was in and out of it. 3,300 bucks. I was real happy with the trade, and all of our guys made money today, as we do every day anyway. NEOT, a very light trade. This was in and out really quickly, and I didn't stay in it very long because I was preoccupied with a number of other things. So I just cut the trade and I was done with it. Just because, you know, you have a lot of things going on, and for me, what I find is when I spread my attention too widely, then I tend to lose track of things a bit, and it can definitely compromise your profits. So in this case, I just decided to focus on trades that I felt were more important at the time, like PRGO. The E-mini, this played, you know, congruent to the S&P 500, obviously. Small gains on the E-mini. I'm not, you know, the futures is a secondary market for me. I'm primarily a NASDAQ player, but I do play the futures at times, and we have plenty of clients who trade the futures as well. So when we're doing our live trading, we do trade futures, we trade NASDAQ, we trade options, all of them simultaneously, and all of our guys and women are making money in all the markets. So for me, you know, I enjoy the NASDAQ because of the liquidity and the intraday range on both the swing and intraday time frame. But I do trade E-mini, NQ, Russell, and all the other ones that comprise the futures market. So all in all, the markets were nice. I know, you know, it seemed like the volume was a little light today, but for me, every day is a profitable day if you know what you're doing. There's money to be made all the time. This is the S&P 500. You know, I don't see this right now as a huge tank. We have some significant earnings ongoing this week, and for me, this chart is still, as far as I'm concerned, bullish. You know, we have to pull back to go higher, thus an uptrend. Uptrends consist of higher highs and higher lows. You can't really go up higher unless you pull back and free up sellers and scoop up new buyers. And so the S&P has been pulling back here. It hit that 211 price point, which was consistent with previous tops last year, and it sold off nicely. At this point, it's still keeping trend for the most part. I'm going to be monitoring it. This is actually one of my favorite charts to trade on the options side, on both swing and intraday, so I'm always monitoring it. If you're local to the Bay Area, reach out. Our office is in Menlo Park, about a quarter mile from Facebook. Love to meet you in person if you want to check out some of our professional training solutions. If you're non-local, we have clients all throughout the United States who trade with us through our real-time trading remotely 5 days a week. KC Powers, Day Trading Dynamics. Take care.